This episode of Lip Service is brought to you by Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve has built a reputation as a trusted and reliable adult store for over 40 years.
Whether you're male, female, straight, gay, or anywhere in between.
Sexually fluid is what we like to call it, too.
Yes. Adam and Eve have the adult toys, devices, and movies you desire.
Like, what movies do you like?
I like anal porn.
Hey. Go to adamandeve.com, and for a limited time, you'll get 50% off just about any item.
When you select your item at 50% off, you'll also receive 3 free adult DVDs plus a free mystery
Ooh, we
gift.
like surprises.
Yes.
Go to adamandeve.com and use code LIPS at checkout.
Lip Service. What's up? It's Angela Yee. It's Lip Service.
I'm Stephanie Santiago.
I'm Gigi Maguire.
Okay, and we have a very special guest with us today.
Natalie D. Nat D.
Right, from Mob Wives.
Yeah.
From Philly.
Hey, girl. What's up?
So y'all know each other from Philly? Because I know Gigi knows everybody in Philly.
We know a few of the same people in Philly, and we recently connected on some business shit. So
Oh, okay.
I ended up with her coming to chill with us today on Lip Service.
Are we allowed to know what kind of business this is?
Well, I am part of a booking agency and brand management company called Erotic.
Mm-hmm.
And Nat is one of our prospective clients.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Steph too.
Yes.
Oh, all right. So
You get too much money for us, so we ain't work our way up to the Angela Yee bracket yet, but we will.
Wait, now hold on a second. No, I have no problem with that. I want to get down with this Interletics.
Analytics. We'll talk about that later.
All right, now we start off Lip Service with the tip of the day always. So today's tip is, what is the appropriate amount of time that you should wait before you publicly move on with somebody? Okay, now you know you've been dating somebody publicly, and sometimes you jump right into another relationship, but then everybody has things to say. What do you think is the right amount of time to wait before you move on?
When you feel the need.
Right. I think everybody has their own timing. I think at least you need to do a month, though. Don't be jumping the gun quick with it, because, sometimes you speak too fast and then things don't work out. And you're like, what the
And then you feel
fuck?
stupid.
Right.
Man, I was with my son's father for 7.5 years, and we were broken up for 2 months, and he was already in a serious relationship with somebody else.
Was he promoting it, though?
Yeah, they were all over the internet. I was like, really? I was like, it's all good, because my side nigga that became my main nigga was all right. Like, he was treating me good.
Then nigga got a promotion.
Yeah.
And for you, what is the best time period for you, though? Like, for me, it would have to be at least a month. You really don't get to know somebody till a full year, if you think about it,
I'm right.
I also think sometimes girls try to move on quick because they see their man moved on quick.
Mm-hmm.
So they see him out with somebody, and I do believe that men do things and they don't get judged, obviously, the same way that we do.
Right, but there's nothing like a female that can stand on her own and don't even need to spite anybody. Like, you just, sometimes some things are better left, I personally am more, when it comes to my personal life, I don't put all that stuff on social media.
Right.
I feel like there's always bitches that hate so bad and always try and bring you down. So I try to keep myself more in the cut.
I say this, I waited 2.5 years before I went public. I was in a serious relationship before my last serious relationship with somebody else that wasn't my son's father. And I didn't go public with that relationship because I felt like it was too soon. But I was publicly in another relationship 2.5 years later.
Okay, well, 2.5 years is a really long
It's not
time.
bad. Yes, it's not so bad.
Because even if you look at, say, Kylie Jenner right now, right? Her and Tiger broke up. And then she was with Party Next Door, immediately after. And we're like, damn, maybe you should wait a second, you know what I mean? But did we look at Party Next Door and say you was just with Kalani?
No.
I feel like you do what you want to do when you feel like the time is right for you, and you really shouldn't worry about what other people have to say about it, especially those random people that are in your comments, minding your business.
Now, have any of you ever dated a guy who wears a suit to work every day? I was just thinking about this because I was outside. It's hot out. And there's a lot of guys walking around wearing suits. And I'm like, you know what? I don't know if I've ever dated a guy who had to wear a suit to work every day.
Yes, I have.
You have?
Uh-huh.
So you might be the only one in the room.
Yeah. I've dated a guy that had to wear a suit to court.
My guy has to wear a suit to work sometimes when he has to go to the Grammys or something, and I think he looks really good
When he
on
wears a
those
suit to the
things.
Grammys?
Yeah, he
So
has
once
to wear
a
his
year.
tux. He has to wear his tux when he goes to the Grammys or to a important event or dinner. He'll have to get dressed up in a suit, and I think it's sexy.
You think guys who wear
I
suits?
think it's sexy if you could switch up. I like a little bit of a thug or somebody that's tight and proper as well. Like, there's nothing sexier to me than a man that could put on a Giuseppe shoe, Gucci shoe, and a Hugo Boss suit, like a fitted European suit. I don't know. I think that's sexy.
Yeah, that's really
You know
hot.
what's not sexy?
Yeah, it
It's really hot.
When a guy wears a cheap, ill-fitting suit.
Oh God.
like
Sephora?
from K&G warehouse.
like a fucked up pimp suit. Yeah.
Sephora?
Not even
Anywhere.
Period.
Stephanie, was your man hot when he had on a suit in court?
The last time I saw him in the suit, it fit him kind of big. He looked weird.
That's bad, yo. You can't be having
Yeah.
big
didn't
suit.
Remember
look
LeBron?
good.
Many
It
years
didn't
ago?
look good.
When he had on a big
Yeah,
suit.
the big.
Yeah, and so did Carmelo on the red
Yeah,
carpet with like a
none
tail.
Of that. None of
You
that.
can't be wearing no baggy suit with a
So
tail.
I mean, I kind of like my last boyfriend with a hat and like a white tee on and Timberland boots. He looked weird. Like I didn't like the way he looked like he was going to jail
with the suit on.
like, I was like,
But then you also, do you really want a guy that, like, I don't want my boyfriend walking around wearing a wife beater and stuff like that.
No.
Like, it's an outfit either.
Ew. No.
I like when
Now
guys
he's like,
know
yeah.
how to dress. I
In the
like when
gym,
guys have
maybe.
To the
style.
gym, yeah.
But I like a man that takes pride in his like the way he dresses.
Me too.
Like someone that can
Look
match my
cute.
fly. Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I like getting dressed up.
Me too.
Take some pride in your appearance, guys.
Absolutely.
Don't be wearing like wife beaters, some sweatpants with
Or
your
dick
boxers
sneakers.
showing.
Like if you
Even
have
though
dick on
it-
sneakers,
I
I,
like-
can never do that.
I
What kind
like
of sneakers?
when-
Like dick sneakers. Like terrible. Oh, like dirty
Like
sneakers.
ran down
like
dirty sneakers.
Yeah, like or choked out. Like no, I can't do it.
I
with
mean,
the-
I'm
with the
not gonna
strings
lie
pulled all
though.
tight.
I like to see my favorite boyfriend in his basketball
My favorite
shorts
boyfriend.
or and
I like
Yeah,
to
like
see,
that's sexy.
I like when I can see my guy's dick
I
print
like
in his
I
basketball
like when I'm in his house and he's like walking around. I'll be like, oh babe, can you give me some water? And he like gets up to go get the water and I can see like his dick print showing through his sweats when he's coming back. I'm like,
That's like their
baby.
that's like their camel toe.
Right, yep. That's the man's version of a
He's
camel
so
toe, dick
cute,
print.
baby.
What about guys with a little butt? You like guys that have like a little.
It
I like
depends
guys
on
with
the
a
rest
muscle
of their
butt.
body.
I don't like a guy with a flat ass. That's
Yeah,
like a
me
flat
either.
back
That's
that
terrible.
matches his butt is
What
awful.
I don't like is a
Because
guy
it
with
reminds
hips.
me of like how they'll be in bed.
A guy with hips.
Yeah, you ever had a guy with hips
No.
before? I haven't either, but
I've
I've
never
seen
seen
one.
that.
I've seen a few guys that had hips. Like, yo, do that nigga got hips?
Right.
Oh
They got
shit.
more hips than me.
No, but
Something to hold on to.
I like a guy with a muscle butt.
Yeah,
you know, because he's
Yeah.
fit.
One that
He
sits
got
up
the
high,
abs,
like they
the
sit up
butt.
high, like an ass that
With
sits
the
up.
thick
Yes, I
thighs.
love that. Yes, with
Yeah,
the muscle thighs. Oh, that's my favorite.
Now, have any of you ever been engaged before? We were talking about engagements.
Yeah.
And you had how many times?
I was engaged 3 times to the same guy.
Whoa.
To the same guy.
Yeah, 3 different rings too. We got married. I was with him for 12 years. It was like a nightmare. We killed each other. Like
Aw.
ran each other over. Like like it was crazy.
Ran each other over.
Well, I ran him over. Yeah.
And then, all right, let's go back a little bit. So, first engagement. Why did you call it off?
We were young. He was my high school sweetheart. So I was young. I was like, the first time, like he tried to step it up so much. It was like a 4-carat ring, and I was 23 years old. I was like,
Damn.
you know. And then it was too intense. The second time he got caught cheating, like going to a geisha house.
A geisha house?
Yeah. So I caught him
went
doing
to
that.
Where's
my
there a
God.
geisha house at?
The washy washy, the happy ending.
Is that in Philly?
They have
They
them
got them
everywhere.
everywhere. What you
Yeah, they got them right
The 24
here.
hours.
They're like a
I'm
Russian
only
bath
going-
house in New York. Like,
Oh, okay,
bath
okay.
house.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Right,
yeah, the Russian bathhouse.
Yeah, well, you pay to get your dick sucked. You know
They
what I'm
call
saying?
it the
And stuff
washy
like that.
washy in Philly.
Most men, they do that shit.
What
But,
about
and you can
girls?
forgive
Can
that?
girls go to the washy washy in Philly?
I mean, you could go to, what
You
you
could go
mean?
here, I'm sure.
I mean, I don't want to go,
Ain't
but
nobody
can a
pulling the
woman
dick out,
go?
though. They ain't got no, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You getting-
It's just another woman.
yeah.
So
It's a
what?
little
Is she
Asian lady.
what she
She'll eat
massages
your
you till
shit.
you come, or she'll eat your pussy?
Yeah.
Oh,
So you
I
got
don't
the right
want
amount
her
of
to
money.
eat my pussy.
Or play with you and stuff like that.
I
But
don't know.
Is that something you're able to
Oh,
forgive a guy just paying a woman for a service like that?
yeah, I got over it. I mean, for the most part, we were young. He was young. I mean, we've been through a lot, so I got over that. And then the
Wait, let
last
me
time,
back to that. What if he just gets a hand job? Does that?
that's what he said he was getting. I was like, yeah, sure you were, whatever.
we
They
don't
ain't
believe
nobody
you.
getting no hand job. Come on with that bullshit. Getting your
Getting
dick
a
sucked. You getting a dick
blowjob.
sucked. That's what you getting.
I feel like if you feel the need to go pay for some pussy, we can just role play and you can pay me.
That's some fucking low
You can
shit.
pay me.
See, it's hard for me to respect.
We can
it 'cause
role
I
play.
can't imagine ever
I'll
paying
go
for
put
no
on
ass.
whatever little costume. I'll dress up with whoever you want me to be. And if you feel like paying for some pussy, we can role play.
But the
and you
thing
can
is
just pay me.
like, I'm not even trying to. I would like would drain his balls like 4 times a fucking week. So it's like how much you want to fuck, like you know what I
how
mean?
much
Like,
more?
how
you
much
need?
more? Like, damn, what the fuck are you into?
But you know what? Men and women are different when it comes to things like that because I do feel like men like variety more than we do.
They like random pussy. Like most men do, and they don't give a fuck. Pussy has no face. A lot of guys say,
They don't
which
care
is
what she
terrible.
looks like.
That's nasty shit. Like I work with a lot of guys, and every one of them. Unfortunately, y'all gonna fucking kill me if you hear this shit, but they're all been like, yo, pussy ain't got no face. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean?
Yeah.
Does that mean you'll fuck a 5, a 4?
Yeah.
You know,
That does mean
especially if you
that.
got a
Yeah.
that's what that means. You know, look at Halle Berry. She's a bad bitch. You know what I'm saying? She's been cheated on by the best of them.
Right. She sure has. But listen, everybody, I think it don't even matter as a woman how great you are.
I felt
It's more of a
absolutely-
man's problem.
I was distraught would be a better word. I was distraught over it, but you know, with time and we got back, we got married.
Would you have felt better if he was honest and was like, okay, instead of just saying he got a hand job, if he was like, I'm gonna be completely
I don't think
honest.
anybody could prepare for something like that. Either way, it's harsh news. Like it's your man. Like I'm very like I don't want to share my dick. Like if I love somebody, that's fucking not even like no, it's whack.
Because
It's not playing.
we say we want to know the truth. Do we really want to know the truth?
I think some things you can't prepare for. You know.
Because I know, like, a lot of us have been through some things here. Like, Gigi, I'm sure you guys, you and your relationship, breaking up, getting back together, y'all both had to come clean about a lot of things. Do you feel like you'd have been better off not knowing certain things?
I'm glad I know everything that I know, and I'm sure there's some stuff that happened that I don't know about. But guess what? What's done in the dark will always come in the light, and it's going to come full circle sooner or later.
Because that's a hard thing to figure out.
What a face.
If you do
You see
something
the facial
Right in the
expression?
camera, right in the camera too.
Because what's hard about that is if you do something fucked up, right, and you cheat and you get caught, do you then have to tell
Redeem yourself?
everything and just kind of cleanse yourself and tell it all, or do you not tell
I
everything?
mean, I don't know about tell everything. Fuck that shit.
I
don't know what you about.
Listen, deny.
If it was me, that shit wasn't me, yo. Like I don't know about admitting anything.
Deny.
I mean, only what they want you to like. Whatever they know, I'm gonna play that out. I just think that some things are. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like you should tell things that they're gonna find out about, things you know that
Because
they're
some
gonna
things you
find
don't
out.
know if they're going to find out.
Exactly. And then if you get into a situation where there's something you didn't tell him, but he's about to find out, tell him then. But I don't feel like you should
Like save
tell-
his face, like so you
Yeah,
could just
I
you
don't
know
feel
save the
like-
embarrassment for him.
Have you ever dated somebody and they're like, oh, how many guys have you had sex with?
No, because that's a stupid ass question.
Or
I mean, I've dated some people that have said that. Yes.
I would never
list
answer that.
how many. List
I would
all
never
the
list-
guys
I would
that
tell him
you
to suck a
slept with
dick, like, that's
in this
so personal.
history.
How many dicks have you sucked, sir?
Like, I had a guy that I was just talking to. I never even slept with this guy, and he was an athlete. I never even slept with him, and he went down the list of all the like famous people he'd been with.
Why would he?
Yeah,
That's
he
corny.
definitely is insecure.
was
That's a
like-
fucking straight
whack.
up low. That's a whack motherfucker right there. He's
I
gonna
was
have some
like,
issues with that.
Really?
That's a name dropper.
I was like, I'm never gonna, and you will. Okay, you're
Real
not gonna
gentleman,
add that.
yeah.
Add me to that list. Because,
That's so corny because then he's going to tell everybody after he fucks you.
yeah,
piece.
add me
It's
to
pussy
the
that he
list.
gets is a trophy piece. He's a bragger.
And he wasn't even like, he was kind of corny, but you know, a lot of these athletic types be corny. They,
Let me tell you something.
Most of them
Let me
be
tell you something.
cornballs.
Just because you have an athletic talent and you make it to the pros
You make
does
money.
not, and you have a lot of money, that does not take away your lameness.
And that
you
does
can
not-
still be
yup.
a lame ass fuck boy, dick in a booty ass nigga
Whoa. You guys are
with a lot
harsh.
of money and very talented.
And it also could be because you never developed your social skills so much.
Exactly, because you were playing your sport all the time. And you were in school, and, you know, you counted on
For
that.
whatever reason, just know that just because you have a contract and a lot of money don't make
Yeah.
you a real nigga. You
Yeah,
can still
like-
be a lame. And it's a lot of them out there, trust me.
Yeah, like, and you'll be surprised, like, a lot of, like, football players, football is my favorite sport. It's the only sport I really follow. And, you know, like, it's an intense sport. They're really killing each other the whole time. And you'll be surprised that some of these guys are pussy off the field. Like, they're scary. Like, they're scared to come out.
They want to get
to
fucked with
fight.
a strap on.
I'm friends. Like I have what? Like this is the guy. Like a guy that I'm friends with. He really impresses me because he fights. He will fuck somebody up on sight anywhere. You know what I mean? And everybody looks at him
He from
like
the streets.
he's a pretty boy and he's scary, but he really fights. You know,
But
like,
I don't like guys that fight all the time.
Nah, he don't fight all the time,
okay.
but he won't let
hold
nobody.
his own.
You know, he don't let people punk him out.
Because sometimes people be having too quick of a temper, and they could just easily avoid a situation that could get worse.
Don't like basically put me in those situations. I don't want anybody to subject me.
Right, but I remember one time I was in Tampa with one of my homegirls. She was dating one of the Bucks, one of the guys from the Bucks, and we went out and this guy like really sucked at him, like he was scared to fight. He's a big ass football player, and he was like scared to defend himself, and we were all like, "What the hell is going on here?" It was kind of weird. It's like you like he's like no, I'll be fighting. And we're like, oh shit, wow.
Well, now, Natalie, let's talk about how you got over, because you said, all right, so the second time, then you guys ended up getting married.
Yeah.
So you forgave him because you figured you guys were both young.
I'm not no angel. I did my shit too. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't like tit for tat, but after a while, eventually you just want to go out and do your thing. So.
Was it harder for him to get over it?
Yeah, because I was like mad spiteful. You know, not like I would never do the friend thing. I don't do that. There's like violations and certain codes you don't break. And just for me as a person, I have my own rules. But
what would you say are the rules?
Like you should never go with like your man's friend. Like you don't do the crew. That's a straight smut move.
That's law.
And law, 100%. Yeah, you just don't. And even acquaintances, like that shit's whack. Like it is.
Or enemies is even worse.
For sure. Yeah. Not about that.
Like my son's father, he slept with.
You look bad at the end of it.
My son's father slept with one of my friends while we were on a breakup, and he's like, "What are you gonna do now? Fuck one of my friends?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not gonna fuck one of your friends. One, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't disrespect my own pussy like that. And two, all your friends are cornballs.
I don't want to give none of them this
like
none of them are worthy.
Right.
You're just
It'll be a
the
major
best
gift.
one out of all your corny ass friends."
And another thing you don't do when you break up with somebody is tell their business to other people.
Well, it shows a lack of yourself. Like you look like you have leakage of the mouth. Like you don't have no loyalty. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. I just think that you have to have your own rules. But for him, it was harder because some guys, they feel as though, especially, I hate to say this, but predominantly Italian men are very controlling, and some of them really feel like their woman should be in the house cooking their food, waiting for them to come home from work, and shit happens. You're supposed to just kind of eat it. And it's sad, but I have to say most Italian guys are really like that, especially ones from South Philly.
Oh God,
those South Philly Italians is a whole different breed of Italians.
Yeah,
I've had my fair share of them in my past, and
they don't fuck around. Yeah,
I had this one Italian. He was a piece of work.
What does that mean? He was a piece of work.
He was like really bossy, and he was kind of like intimidating, and I was really young, and I was just like, this is when I thought I was white. So I was, so I was going through my whole white girl phase, and I was just really happy to have a white boyfriend. But
do you think it's a turn on though when guys kind of are powerful and bossy like that and take charge?
I think that there are some situations where the man has to be the man. And I definitely don't want a bitch. Like, I don't want a dude where I got to run you and tell you how to fuck me or tell you how to be. Like, I like a man that has a lineup. Like, if he wants to take me out, he knows what to do, how to do it. And that, to me, is just like, it's kind of like a turn on. Like,
there has to be balance.
I don't want to orchestrate everything. Like, what the fuck?
Nothing's better than when a guy knows how to pick a restaurant.
Right.
Because
I hate when you're like, where are we going to go? Where do you want to go? Well, what do you want to do?
Like,
I don't know. What do you want to do?
I can't stand a guy that you could be like, I want to eat shit, and he'd be like, let's do it. Like, anything you say, he'd be like, oh, I love that too. Motherfucker, you got issues.
Yeah, I don't like that
you could be on a straight up stretch, and this dude has no personality. You could just tell. Anything you say is like, I don't know.
That's funny. We were just talking about that in the other room while we were waiting to get started. We were saying if you meet a guy and you're like, okay, and he's like, what do you want to do? And you tell him, I want you to take me out to Nobu. Does that mean that, and this is your first date, and you tell him that's where you want to go, do you expect him to pay for you, or did you ask him out and now you got to pay for him?
I think as a man and a gentleman, I think that it's a no-brainer for him to go in his pocket. I mean, you being a woman of your stature, you should always have some bread on you just in case, so don't show yourself short. But for the most part, I think if you were to pull out, I think he should take the lead to be like, I got this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's a couple $dollars for some food. Like
You pull out some money just to see what he's gonna do.
Some
I
guys
gotta offer.
Some guys, and some guys, I know a few guys that whether we're dating or not, won't let me go in my pocket no matter
right.
what.
Mm-hmm. I try to stay away from people the other way. Like, I don't know.
Like,
Well, your
Like
boyfriend doesn't let
leeches.
anybody pay for anything.
no, never, ever, ever,
When he's around.
ever.
I think
He
that
pays
shows
for
us-
everybody's everything.
See, I think that shows such a strong, like, from a good upbringing to, like, just, or just being gathered. Like, I don't know. I just think that's a very strong move, and it's a good impression leave. I don't know.
Does
Not
he have
saying
to pay
that
for-
money is everything, but I just think it's a class act.
It's chivalry.
It's a classy move. Like, it is.
Does he have to pay for your friends too?
No, but if he wanted to and he just did that, it goes a long way. I mean, my friends would pay their own way,
Right.
for sure. But I mean, me personally, even my boyfriend's ex-husband, like, I don't know any other way. Like, that's the way it's always been.
One of my friends was mad that she took her boyfriend out, and her friends were mad that her boyfriend didn't pay for them. It was him and like two of her friends.
and he paid for him and her.
Yes.
And didn't pay for her two
What
friends.
about-
Did he know them?
And she was, I mean, I don't think he knew them that well, but they felt like it was wrong for him to not.
Well, it depends on the position he is financially. Not everybody.
he might not have had it like that.
I mean, you can't. Some people really don't
He
put.
might
They
only
want
could
to put on
afford
that
him and
front
his
and
girl.
water it down, right?
What about when your friends have a birthday dinner? They invite you to your birthday dinner. Should you drop $350?
I think that's extreme. I don't think anybody should have a birthday party.
Like
They
if you
expect-
if you invite your friends to a birthday dinner, let's say let's something basic, Philippe, and everybody, the split comes out to $350 a person.
See, I feel as though some people are
everybody
married
pay?
with children. Some people have kids, though. Like, I think
Right.
that could be a
Some
little
people ain't got
extensive.
$350
This is
for a
what
meal.
this is what I
dinner,
think.
you know?
You let people know in advance.
Yeah,
Right.
This is
I
what's
agree.
important. You
It's a
tell
set
them,
menu.
okay, we're gonna have a dinner, and you do a prefix, and you say it's gonna be this amount per person, and drinks. If you buy drinks, that's on
That's
you.
extra.
But you have to let people know. Now y'all know if you come to dinner for me and it's my birthday, nobody's paying for
Nobody's
nothing.
paying for anything. But I
Right.
wouldn't invite anybody to my birthday dinner if they had to pay.
But everybody
neither.
doesn't
I
have
would-
it like
I would
that.
feel funny
I would
doing
feel
that.
funny.
Everybody
Because
doesn't
you know
have it.
motherfuckers gonna talk about you.
Yeah.
Like, there are gonna be some bitches. Even
Like-
though they're your friends, they're gonna make sure, damn, you believe Steph she thinks she the shit. She had a fucking $350 dinner.
Right.
What the fuck is this bitch
And I
on?
do think
So,
it's
and they're gonna do it.
It's
That's
kind
what
of
they
rude
do.
sometimes to do that to people if they can't afford it. Don't have a dinner that's really expensive if you know some of your friends don't have it like that.
Definitely an awkward moment.
No, because one
Definitely.
time my friend, she invited us to dinner. It was me and my last boyfriend, and you already know that's the ghetto boyfriend. And the bill came back, and it was $350 for each of us. And I paid for it. I ended up paying for it. He gave me back the money, but I ended up paying for it that night. He did give me back the money. He gave me back the full amount of money.
In a situation like that, you feel obligated. It's your friend,
Yeah,
you're
and
there
it was my
'cause-
friend. No, I wasn't gonna. He forced me to take back the money. I didn't even want to take back the money, because I invited him. So, but we had an argument, and he put the money in my drawer and left.
Did you argue over
Because
the
remember,
money?
we were arguing
Were you like,
over. No, we
please
were
take it
arguing
back?
over
over
Or were you like,
everything.
were you like,
Yeah, we
Yeah,
used to
they
argue
argued
about
over
everything.
They argued over
Who let
Yeah.
the cap off the toothpaste? What do you mean?
Exactly. Exactly. So, but he was like, he's like, who invites people to a birthday dinner and they gotta pay for it? Like
Yeah.
he was like taken aback by it. Like,
I mean, it happens, but I think you just have to be conscious of who you're inviting. Like, if I have a bunch of friends and everybody got to pay for themselves, I'm not going to go someplace really expensive.
Right.
Now, if the dinner's paid for, sky's the limit. You know
Right.
what I'm
Right,
saying?
right,
And I'm going to make sure everybody's good. But I
Go
think
Team
you do have to
Hennessy.
be aware.
yeah. So I just wanted to talk about that.
Wow, because you was just thinking about that dinner and it was
I
bothering
just
you.
was thinking about it. No, it didn't bother me. I ended, but it made me feel bad that
Let
he
me
ended
ask you
up paying
this.
for it.
What if your boyfriend borrows money from you? Like, oh, can you just give me this right now? Just because he doesn't have it on him or whatever. And then never brings it up again and doesn't pay you back.
It's super gross. Like,
That's
throw up
super
in my
gross.
mouth and eat it again.
And
No.
I'm so terrible. Like, it's one thing.
That
If
would really irk me.
I
Fuck with me
offer,
the whole
if I
time.
offer to give you something, that's different. Like if I'm like, oh, here, I have it, take this. You know what I mean? But if you ask me to borrow something, like I am a real crazy mega bitch. You know what I mean? As soon as you do something that gets on my nerves, I'm like, yeah,
gonna
so
bring it
what's
up?
up with that $1,000?
But what if he's like, can you do me
Yeah.
a favor and book this flight for me? He's,
So, ready for this? I'm dating this guy. We're dating like 2 months. It's intense. So he just, long story short, I wound up getting my car stopped. I had a booking in DC. My car, brand new car, never stopped. I don't know, it stopped in the middle of fucking Parkway. long story short, I needed something went on with the engine. Well, to get the car towed, it cost like $2,000, like from DC to Philly. He paid for it willingly. Fine, you got that. We go to the Cadillac dealership where he gets his car done. He's like, oh, they got to seal my car. He's like, I left my wallet at home. You got $500 on you? I'm like, yeah, all day I got it. No problem. I go in my bag, give him the $500. All right, 2 days go by. Dude don't say nothing about the $500. And like 3 days go by, a whole week goes by. 2 weeks goes by. I'm like, yo, what's up with that $500? I don't mean to be a dick or nothing, but like, you know, like I took that out of my bank account, gave that to you, you know, and he's like, I just thought, you know, I was like, you thought what? Because you got me on the 2000 that like I owe you money. Like, I just want to know, like, did you do a favor for a favor? And I made it like, motherfucker, I'll kill you. Like, I want that $500. And I got that $500 because steam was coming out of every hole in my body. And I was like, you better die. Like, I want that $500 because that's fucking fucked up, you know?
And so he was basically borrowing money.
Oh, he
back,
had like alligator arms, giving it back. Like his arms were like this. I was like,
Alligator arm.
Yeah, I felt some type of way though. At that moment, I was convinced that this dude's a sucker. Like I just wasn't feeling that.
I hate asking people for money back. Like I don't. It's hard for me to do that.
Front Street. The fuck out of here.
It's hard for me though.
Bank?
Because I'll be mad, but I won't say.
Nice enough for you to go out of your way and lend it to put somebody in a position to be able to be in that position. But it's their obligation to give it back to you, and you shouldn't have mentioned shit about getting it back. That's a disrespectful tactic towards you.
Right. Some people know they can borrow some money because some people might just forget.
Nah.
If it's a significant amount, you're not forgetting.
Because I have a friend, and
that's a major favor.
She's one of my best friends, and she always borrows money and forgets about it. And she don't do it on purpose. I know she doesn't.
She be playing that
because she's the type of person that will give you anything, and she is forgetful like that. So she might be like, "Oh my God, you know, can you da 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 da?" And you give it to her, but I would never even ask her for it back. But I feel like she really does forget,
or maybe she's hoping you forget.
Because you're not really like that. Now, what about guys who don't tip well?
Gross.
Have you ever went out with somebody?
Disgusting.
Yeah, where I want to go to fuck home right now. Like, I want to die. Like, because I don't like cheap people. Allergic. Absolutely. And it's embarrassment to me.
That's one of the moments when you get on your phone. Like,
and be like, can you call right now?
Call me and tell me that it is an emergency.
One time I went out with this guy to lunch, and he left a $2 tip.
And how much was the bill?
I think it wasn't even that much. It might have been like $50.
What do you mean, girl? $50.
Oh my God.
Because it was like lunch. We had like turkey burgers.
Hard for the money.
But
like,
a $2 tip.
It should have been.
Might as well not
10.
left a dime. Like, that's an insult.
I never went out with him again because of that. And let me tell you, I am very adamant about like when we get a bill, because I think sometimes people don't realize how much they should be leaving.
You got a calculator for everybody that don't know. It's 20%. Some places 18, but it's 20 all day.
Like
it's 20%.
So I always say, do you want me to get the tip? Like if somebody takes me out, I'll be like, oh, you want me to leave the tip?
Definitely.
Because I want to make sure we leave a good tip.
Enough tip.
Right. So I feel as though it's a real man would be like, girl, what you doing looking at this bill? You know I got this shit.
Right.
Come on, back up.
But then I'd be like, how much are you leaving? Because I need to know.
And then the man that is about his shit will say more than enough. You ain't got to worry about that over here.
Right.
Like, for real. That is just terrible. Like,
I'm a good tipper because I've worked for tips in my lifetime.
Me too.
So I know that struggle.
All hustlers know what it is.
Like,
to bust their ass.
I give the person that bags my bags at the groceries $5. You know what I'm saying? So
what if its service is bad?
Then you ain't get nothing.
If service is bad, I'll still leave.
You still leave money, but you
things
can't.
happen, and it might not have been their fault. Like it could have been a problem in the kitchen
back
that
up,
caused your food to come out wrong, and you can't take it out on the
or if they have an attitude.
Don't shoot the messenger.
The worst.
But I really feel like tipping is very, very important. And for those of you out there listening who don't tip well, this should be your lesson that you need to tip well. You need to tip according to your service, and if you had a good service, then you definitely need to tip appropriately. Appropriately.
And especially if it's someplace you frequent often.
Yes.
You don't want no finger in the booty,
I
finger
went
in
to
the
the nail
drink.
shop.
Yeah.
I went to a nail salon in Philly not too long ago. And I got a service. I think I just got like a manicure and an eyebrow wax or something. Anyway, it was like $22, right? So I was giving her a tip. I was giving her, I think it was like a $7 tip. So I give her the money, and then she gives it back. And she's like, oh, no, only 22. And I'm like, no, the rest of it is for you. And I'm like, what, people don't tip around here? And she was just like so happy for the little $7 tip. And I was just like,
You can tell she definitely had a
I give my nail person, because they do my feet and my hands, I give them $15.
Yeah, I do. I usually do like, if it's good service, I usually do like $5 a service.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it says a lot about you, who you are as a person. Like, you know, I'm not always rolling, but what I am, like, you know, my services, I make sure, regardless, I don't go and treat myself if I'm not rolling, but I make sure that I leave. You don't want people to be like, oh, that bitch don't tip. Who, you know, she nasty. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And then when you tip good, when you know as a good tipper in the nail shop, they like make room for you no matter what.
You get better service.
That A1.
If you go somewhere frequently,
Exactly.
if you visit a place frequently, no matter what type of service it is, and you visit there frequently and you tip well, they know that. Trust that they know that.
Yeah,
they know when you're not tipping well.
But
they
like
appreciate you tipping well, and they will take care of you in response. You have to take care of people.
They're happy to see
because they will take care of you.
You leave that bad tip.
Listen, when I worked at the strip club, when I worked at the strip club, I was like Ginger in Casino. I was walking around tipping everybody. And guess what? They all took care of me because I tipped well.
Right.
Like, that's just what you have to do.
Yeah, when I was a stripper, I was a real good tipper. I used to tip the DJ real good.
Yeah, hell
I used to tip the bouncers
Wait,
real
strippers
good.
tip the DJ?
Hell
I didn't know that.
And the
Yeah,
house
it's
mom.
mandatory.
It's mandatory to tip the house
you
mom.
have to tip the DJ. You have to tip
You have
the
to pay
house
a
mom.
house fee. You have to. I didn't pay a house fee so much because
Yeah,
I
had a run where I had to
girls.
pay house fee for a while.
You know those days when you don't gotta pay the house fee, but it's house fee.
That's a lot of money
The
y'all gotta
DJ,
pay.
Hell yeah.
it turns out to like $100.
It depends
to
on
work.
the club, but you definitely put out a lot of money before you make your money.
Yeah, but then I used to tip the bouncers. I used to tip the guy in the front.
Damn.
I used to
I
tip
used to tip
everybody, the bar
the
backs,
waitresses, the bartenders.
So that's
everybody.
ridiculous.
I had
I did
my
not
own
know you had to
drink.
tip that many people.
But when you come in, they treat you
Yeah.
like a queen. They let out the red carpet for you.
Yep.
I
So
swear.
how much do you say tip the bouncer?
It depends.
I used to
on
give
what-
him-
It depends on the
Look,
situation.
Yeah, like if he was holding me down all night, I'll give him like $50, $40.
It depends on how much I made.
You know what I'm saying?
If I made
It's-
a lot of money
it's
and
depending,
the bouncers came and cleaned my money up for me and
You give
brought
him
me trash
100,
bags and
200.
walked me to my car with my trash bag, then I'm gonna give him a little.
Yeah, if I
$50
made
whatever.
on a regular night, you give him like anywhere from like
10 to 20 maybe.
to $40, and then like on a good night you give them 100. But they love you for that, you know. They never forget you.
Listen, one thing for certain, two things for sure. I always took care of the DJ.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah,
Always.
The DJ is the most important person to
In the
pay,
club.
and the
DJ's
house
the
mom.
most important
I did
person
not
in the
know
strip
that.
club.
Because the house mom's
Better
gonna
take care
hold
of
you
your
down,
DJ.
watch your stuff all night. You know what I mean?
They gonna
And
hold
then
the exclusive outfits for you.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
wait, they do that in New York too? Because like MVB DJing at all the strip clubs, they don't tip him?
Oh no, they have a house DJ to tip. That's MV's a
okay.
special.
Yeah,
MV's a special
He
guest.
get paid to show up.
Yeah, he just get paid
the
to
DJs
show up.
don't. They make
Yeah.
their money off of tips.
Yeah, exactly.
All right,
so
just gotta ask,
and
'cause I'm like, that's
it's important
ridiculous.
to tip the DJ when you're a stripper because they pay your music.
Yep.
You know what I
They
mean?
save
And that's
the
your
good songs
vibe.
for you.
Yeah,
they
that's
might
your
slide you
vibe.
an extra song or
Yeah.
two when ain't nobody paying attention.
Yeah,
or this what they used to
exactly.
do when there was a lot of money. They would stall on the next song and like run it back so you can continue to make your money.
so you can continue to make
your
your money.
You gotta take care of the
But
DJ.
the girls who don't tip, they be on there short 2.5 songs.
You gotta go.
Exactly, it's over for you, girl.
the wackest song that don't nobody want to
That
hear.
don't nobody want to hear.
Now, Natalie, before you got here, we were talking about tantric sex.
What's that?
Now, tantric sex, we were trying to figure this out. This is when you guys like
You meditate,
stare into each other's eyes for like 10 minutes.
It's like a soulful.
It's supposed to be like a
You into
deeper
that?
connection.
No, I wanna learn though.
I remember Diddy said he had sex for like 2 days, tantric sex. He did. Y'all don't remember when he was talking about that?
I can't even.
No, I
I remember seeing
that.
tantric sex on Sex in the City.
I remember
it was like
that
an old couple that was
too.
teaching
Oh
it.
yes, and it didn't look
And
that
then he
appealing.
came.
So what you be like? Be supposed to be like become one and shit. Like
Yeah,
It's like massaging. It's not
show
really
you some
sexual
pictures.
intercourse,
'Cause they
but
have,
it's
like,
like
different
hand
positions.
jobs and massaging and stuff.
It's like a deeper.
Angela
like, more
said that you have
foreplay.
to look into each other's eyes.
Look into
But
each other's
I
eyes.
feel like
and
I-
breathe and
like just after like 15 seconds of staring into my
Yeah, it's
favorite
fucking
boyfriend's
weird.
eyes, I'm like, all right, you ready to fuck me?
right. I'm
You
gonna want
ready?
that dick.
You ready to put? Can I suck you
And they
now?
said you don't have to
I
have
suck it
sex,
down?
but some people
Can
like
you come in my mouth now?
I don't know. I thought, look at this. They do like yoga poses or something
it's
and
kinda
meditate
like,
together.
Nah, that ain't my twist.
Nah, it's not my twist either,
Not
girl.
my twist. It's just not. I like to do my own thing, like, but to each his own. Like, whatever you're into, if that works for you, you know. You want to reinvent yourself as a couple, your shit gets old. I know motherfuckers have been together for like 10, 20 years, you know. Sometimes you got to step it up or try some of that shit, I guess.
Is there anything that you do that you feel like is a little different or weird that no one else does in the bedroom?
I feel like
I do some porno shit. Like I always want a motherfucker to remember me. Like I want to be in your dreams and shit.
right.
Spit on your dick, whatever. You know?
Guys like when you spit on their dick.
They love that shit. Smack the dick on your face.
I was with this one
They really
guy.
like that.
I was with this one guy, and I'm like spitting on his dick, and I felt like I was giving him the best blowjob in the world.
You
And
probably
he was
were.
like, "Stop spitting." I was like,
You thought you was
really,
killing it. You thought you was
I
killing
was
it.
like, "What?" I was like, "Okay." Sucked out all my spit. Kept going.
I'll
I was
take
like,
my spit back. Yeah, I'm not wasting my spit. I'll take that with me.
You was like,
I need to
like the
wait,
dog
I need to make
emoji.
sure I get this shit. This
I
is
was like, "What?" I was like, "Okay."
He said, "Stop
He
spitting."
liked a really clean blowjob.
All right, and you know what? It's interesting because different people like different things.
Right.
I thought most guys like it really messy.
I
Me
thought
too.
most guys like it really
More lip
messy
service right
too.
now.
Please, I have another guy. I know I was giving him the best blowjob ever, but I'm like sucking him, and I threw up and I swallowed it back up, and he was like, "Oh, do that again."
I'm not
I
gonna
was
throw up again.
I'm not gonna throw up again.
I don't even
And
want to remember that.
I just stopped. I just
Yeah.
stopped
You know
and
what he
started
liked?
laughing.
He liked that gag sensation that your throat made when you threw up.
I
That
just
shit
started
turned him
laughing.
And the
I
really
stopped, and he was
slimy.
laughing.
And it was
Yeah.
real warm, probably. It was
Yeah.
all like.
He was like, "Oh, do that
soothing.
again." I was like,
No.
"No." I stopped and I just started laughing. Like,
I
yo,
thought, do you like when guys
crazy.
spit on your pussy?
No, I like when they suck it like.
Like a pastor, like a binky.
Exactly.
Because I'm not
That's
gonna
what-
lie, I don't like a messy oral sex either on me. Like I don't like for the whole
Too
bed
wet,
underneath
like
me
it's
to be
drenched,
wet,
yeah.
and I'm like sitting in a wet
In a
spot.
puddle.
I'm always in a wet spot.
Do you ever hear anybody do like
Every time.
fingers in you while they perform? Like they do.
I
that?
like
She
that.
likes that.
That's amazing.
I like that
No,
too.
I never-
love
I like it
fingers with
sometimes.
oral. It's the best.
Some dude does this thing like with his fingers, like went like this and like went up
Yeah,
with it. And I was like, whoa.
That's a
That's
G
supposed to make
spot.
you squirt. That should make you squirt.
Yeah, definitely.
What is
did.
it called?
It
I
made
think
you
that's
squirt?
the, that's
Yeah,
the A
I'm not even a
spot.
squirter. I
That's-
couldn't believe it.
Yeah,
This dude
is
did
it
this.
bubble?
Like, it was
Yeah.
crazy.
Is that
That's
the only
water
time
bubble. That's what I call
No,
it.
I wouldn't say
water
it's not the
button.
only time. I'm just, I think that if you are a real sexual person and you like into like being sensual, kissing, biting, not really biting too much, but like,
love
Yeah,
biting.
hitting all my spots
sexy biting.
and you sexy as shit, that could definitely happen.
I love
See,
biting.
this is what I think. I hate when guys, if he's giving you head, I guess we could say
I
that.
want to feel like the girl. I want to feel dainty.
I think
and little.
girls get face.
I think it's bad when
Give me face.
I'm about to come and then he like switches it up.
Oh, that's so annoying.
Like you fucked it up. Now we gotta go
Start
back.
over.
Now you
Then we
just
got to
took
push the
clock
reset
back.
button.
Man.
Right. You just turn back the hands of time.
And they do
nigga.
something like if I'm about to come, you can't stick your finger in right then.
That's why you're gonna be like, I'm about to come, and then they can't fuck that shit up.
No, because sometimes they
that's
sometimes they
keep
switch it
doing it.
because
Don't move.
Right.
Don't
Just
stop.
go harder. Do the same thing.
Because
Just
if
a
you
little
say I'm about to
harder.
come, they might try to do some other extra shit and then it fuck it up. I like to come quietly.
You come like, this is how you come. Answer.
But I will like my legs will shake and stuff. Yo, no. But I'm
when
not like
I
a
come,
loud
I'm like,
person.
get away from me.
Yeah, get off of me.
Don't touch
right.
me, get
Don't
off.
fucking touch me. Yeah.
Go away.
If it's a really intense orgasm,
Get away
I'm
from
gonna
me.
make some noise.
Okay, so you're loud. Are
I'm
you
gonna
loud,
make
Natalie?
Some noise before.
Yeah, I made some noise. Not like
I'm
like
loud.
the high heavens could hear, but pretty up there.
I'm a loud lover.
We know
so-
you are, Stephanie.
Yeah, I'm talking the whole time.
And you like being slapped and stuff.
I like being slapped and choked. Like we were talking about, what is it, tantric?
Yeah.
That's like, slow and sensual.
You
I
want
like
the
the opposite. It's like, I call it masochista sex.
Masochista.
It's like masochist. I like
Masochist.
crazy shit.
But you never tried the other way.
I have tried the other way. I've had,
Sounds like making love.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've
you
had,
never
like,
made love. You like to
I've
get
had-
fucked.
Nah, I've had the slow, passionate
The slow
sex.
grind.
It's nice. You'd be surprised some guys want it like that. That's what they want.
They
So
probably
you
got to
take
beg you
it.
to do that.
Yeah, for me, it's like, oh, is he gonna fuck me?
Yeah.
In my head. That's
Like, what is this bullshit? Why are you kissing me?
Now with my last boyfriend, like because he was going away, so the last few times we had sex, he wanted it to be like real slow and passionate. And I'm just like, man, I just want to turn
Nigga.
him around.
Right. Flip me over.
Like I'm
Let me
trying to
toot
hear
this
that.
ass up. Right. I want to hear that without your hands even touching me. How about that?
Exactly. Yeah.
You want his boss smacking you on the ass?
Yeah, I want to feel.
Yeah. I want it. Come on, but. I come. Have rough sex makes me come. Like I come from having intercourse from dick, and like I come from getting pounded. What can I say?
So that's what you
Yeah,
like.
it sounds like a fucking Viagra.
I come from getting
I
pounded.
come from getting pounded. Can you pound?
Can you pound this pussy?
Pound for pound. She's the best
Fuck her around.
heavyweight fucker. Now, would you be mad if you were dating a guy and he gave another woman a Woman Crush Wednesday, but say she was like a celebrity? You know?
If a celebrity, nah. But I mean, if we're together, we're in a relationship. I don't know why you would go public and do something like that. I mean, you know.
Nah,
I don't know if I
Woman
necessarily.
Crush Wednesday.
Yeah, I don't
What
wanna
if
be
he
with
gave
somebody
like
that.
Rosa Parks a Woman Crush Wednesday?
Come on now.
Come on. I'll be like, yeah, that's my
I'll
woman
be like, that's
crush
my
Wednesday.
bitch. I'll be
That's
like,
nice.
you know, that's
What
my
if you would
bitch.
like double
What
tap
if he
that?
gave Oprah a Woman Crush
That's my
Wednesday?
bitch, too. I love her.
Own.
Love her.
I'll be like, go ahead, daddy.
What
Go
if he
get that
gave,
check
what
and
if he
bring it home
gave
to me.
Hillary
Make
Clinton
sure you don't forget.
Woman Crush Wednesday? Hashtag
Well,
Hillary
right now it's a
2016.
political thing, so I would understand it. You know what I'm saying? But
Now,
it's so whack.
what if he gave somebody y'all grew up with Woman Crush Wednesday?
What if he
Whack.
gave Sharonda from 17th Street?
Whack, because he's up to some
Woman Crush
fucked up
Wednesday.
shit. Yeah, he's probably undercover too.
Nigga, go tell Sharonda to wash your drawers.
I'm not with the Woman Crush Wednesday. I don't care if it's Rosa Parks.
Yeah, I'm not with
What
that
if it's
shit either.
Rihanna?
I never do it.
It's just-
No.
Nope.
I'll be like, oh, where Rihanna, your Woman Crush Wednesday?
Go find that bitch.
I'm changing my number right now.
Yeah,
I
fuck
hope
that bitch.
Rihanna sucks you just like I suck you. Goodbye. I'm not having it.
Is it rude for a guy to talk about other women he finds attractive, like in front of you? Or if y'all are watching TV together and be
Not
like,
that he's like, damn, you're watching a movie and she's bad as shit. Like, let's say it's J-Lo, and he's like, damn, babe, you think she's bad? She looks good. I'd be like, yeah, she looks good as shit.
But that's a different. He asks you first, like, what you think about her?
Right, but if he's
so
talking
he can
about
add
it-
his input. But if I'm sitting in front of the TV and my man's like, damn, that's a bad bitch, I'm be like,
I'm sitting right here. Hello.
like
Right.
what? What?
that's when
so
you
that's unacceptable.
And that's when
definitely.
the next guy that comes on the.
that's
on
right.
the
You do it right
I'm
back to
like,
him.
Damn,
Damn, you see that
Them
dick
muscles.
print?
Zam, Zaddy.
Oh, like, exactly. Wait, I gotta call Gigi. Gigi, I'm watching this show.
You gotta
This
call your
dick
friend.
print is
Bitch, turn the
crazy.
VH1, girl.
Sorry, babe, you understand.
You understand, right? The bad bitch before, the same thing.
Now, have you ever been jealous of your boyfriend's friends? Like he hangs out with his boys too much, and you're like, damn. How come I can't come? What about me? Y'all gotta go on these boys trips?
I
I try to stay away from dudes like that. Like
Me too. I
That's
hate
like
it.
babies. Like you still fucking doing that. Like hang out with your homies, but I don't know. Like I feel as though if your girl can't be there, like I'm cool as shit. If I can't be around once in a while or go on trips with y'all, then that ain't for me. Like I don't want somebody like that.
What's the secretive shit y'all doing?
Mm-hmm. Fucking.
But that's one thing about dating guys in their 20s. They always got a crew of niggas around them.
Yeah, for
always
sure.
got a whole
But what
bunch
if it's
of
like a
dudes.
bachelor
great in
party
bed,
or
though,
something,
but
and he's going with his
I
boys?
feel like a lot of guys in their 30s
Well,
look
a
like ass
bachelor
nowadays.
party.
Look like
It's a
what?
shame. Look like ass. Some guys, like guys I grew up with, like that are my age, are nightmares.
They're aging
Like,
terribly.
They're fucking fat and bald. Most of them. I can't do either. Like I work out. I go to the like I would like to take pride in myself. Like
Right.
I want somebody that's on that level. But you, if you used to be, you like 35, like
Looking a mess.
I don't want to be too superficial. And there's people that like there's.
But it
but
is
I
unattractive.
agree
Somebody
with
that
you.
doesn't take care of themselves is unattractive.
Right.
Terrible, unattractive.
At any
and I
age.
feel like
For sure.
I feel like the guys who were hot when I was a kid, they're just not hot anymore.
There used to be,
Yeah,
for sure.
there
Like
used to
I'm
be.
dead serious.
I took care of myself, and it's harder for a woman. Like, well, what's up with y'all? Like,
But
y'all
even a lot
lose
of
weight
females we know
faster?
that we grew up with.
Oh, my
don't-
goodness.
Yeah.
Nightmare.
All of the girls from high school that was thick with it is fat with it now.
Oh my goodness!
Walk
This
around
one
looking
girl,
like
I went to
the
school
Michelin
with-
man.
I went to school with this girl. She was like the hottest
Stay
girl in
Puft
South
Marshmallow
Philly.
Man.
She is. Oh man, she looks like a great auntie. Like she's terrible looking now. It's terrible.
She probably happy though.
Nah. Nah.
She probably got her man, got her
She
kids.
fuck around, do drugs. That's why she look like that. That's what bitches that do drugs and shit. They end
right.
up looking like they got a bad paper route.
Now we got to come back to you. Now then you said the third time y'all got back together.
Yeah, the third time. Then we just got married.
You got
Moved
married.
to Jersey. Bought the big house on the golf course. Life was good. We both were hustlers. We both make a lot of money. We lived a good life. Went on vacation 3 times a year. Our families were like one, but a lot of stuff happened, and I wasn't with it no more. And it took me a long time to get out of it. Just abusive, like verbally, and then it would get physical because I don't let nobody, like anybody calls me out, you getting beat the fuck up. Like that's just the way I am. You got a rap for me, you want to break me down verbally, and you keep doing it, Eventually, I'm a physical person, and I'm not saying I'm proud of that, but I will, take it to you. That's
Pop
just
off.
for sure.
And people always ask, why don't you just leave? And they don't realize how hard it is sometimes when you're in a...
because I loved him so much. But see, I'm a sweetheart. Like, I never start no problems with nobody. People normally fuck with me, like, and then I got to beat them the fuck up. And that's just, like, after a while, like, him and I would have, like, we would have a beautiful home. And then by, like, I don't know, like, 2 weeks later, like, the house would be destroyed. We'd be spackling, sanding, like, holes in the wall. I don't know, throwing vases at each other. It was just very hectic. It was either, like, the highs and the lows were crazy. There was no middle. And they're the worst relationships.
Right.
Because it's hard to get in a good place with somebody that, like, doesn't know how to turn it off. Very jealous. Like, oh, you wearing that? Are you crazy? Like, cut my shit up. Like,
damn.
yeah.
Psycho.
Wanted me, like, prim and proper all the time. Yeah.
Was it difficult for you to do Mob Wives then, knowing that you had like a lot of turmoil and everything?
No, because him and I have been broken up. I've been divorced now for 7 years. We were seeing each other like 3 years ago. We started seeing each other again, but I cut that off. And I don't have anything bad to say about him because he got remarried. I'm happy he's in a good place. And I wish him nothing but the best. But nobody could really control me and make me feel like there's anything hard or difficult for me to do. Because I'm the type of person that, like, if my mind, like, I want to do something, my mind's made up. You could give your opinion, but I'm still going to do what I want to do. So no, it wasn't hard for me.
You feel like you were addicted to him?
Yeah, I actually experienced that though on another level with somebody else, a boyfriend that I was with for 5 years, where we were so addicted. The sex was crazy, and it was just like, I couldn't, no matter what he did, like, it was crazy. He had like this way about him. And I think that everybody gets got once in one relationship. And he really did get the best of me, this dude. Like, it was crazy. And eventually I came out of it, the smoke cleared, and I was done with him. But I know what it feels like to definitely feel like somebody's addicted or addictive.
Because sometimes it's hard because you also don't want that person to be with anybody else.
Well, sometimes when you grow up with somebody, though, it's been a 12-year relationship. It's all you know.
Right.
Like, he was like, we went through so many things together. Like, he was like, I was a kid when I started seeing him. And we were friends for 5 years. And he would be like, listen, he opened my first bank account. It was like, this is how you got to stack money. And he showed me so many things that, like, it opened me up to the streets, but also were beneficial to me and, like, just being, like, work ethics and just certain things. But he always was like a protector of me. So no matter what, he was the only one that could hurt me. Nobody else could. So I know that sounds,
Because sometimes, your relationship is bad and I think there's a few things that are like clues. Like if none of your friends like that person, right? Did your friends like him?
They loved him because, he was one of us. We just killed each other.
But did they feel like this is not healthy? Because sometimes your friends...
Yeah, for sure. But the boyfriend that I was with for 5 years, he was locked up, and I held it down for him for a year and a half. He was a scumbag. And my friends told me right from the rip, Nat, red flags, run. He's no good. And I should have listened, but I'm the type of person that now I listen. But, I had to be drugged through the mud and,
Sometimes it makes it worse, too, when your friends don't like somebody and they keep telling you because it makes you not want to tell them stuff and it makes you want to prove them wrong.
I don't think you should tell your friends everything anyway. I think you should have your own secrets because at the end of the day, when you make up with them, with your boo, they're going to remember and you're going to forget.
They're going to remember all the bad shit you said.
Like, what the fuck you doing? Like, he just beat your ass or he did cheat on you and you, like, you know what I'm saying? You look like a weak link. But they don't know what you got. So I just think that you should tell your friends maybe a quarter of what goes on because I do think that you should have your own secrets and privacy is important to someone. So.
But it's also important to have somebody to talk to when you're going through something. If you have one friend or a family member.
It's no longer a secret though. When you open your mouth and you you disclose information, at that moment, it's no longer personal. It's not, even though you said, please, Steph, whatever you do, don't tell, nobody. I'm confiding in you. They might. Right. There's that slim possibility girls could be out over some drinks, be like, damn.
We need to do an intervention.
We got to do an intervention with this bitch. She's tripping, like the dick isn't that good. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Because it has to be hard to not have anybody that you could talk to when you're going through some shit, though, too. That you're going through it by yourself.
I'm terrible. Like, I'm the friend that all my friends, they tell me all their business and I don't be telling them nothing. Like, I just keep just the only obvious things. I only tell my friends my obvious problems in my relationship. Right. Like the things that I just can't. But like personal things, I just feel like you shouldn't tell everything to anyone.
Right.
Because it's true. Some things you just can't take back, man.
I feel like I grew up with 10 girls. And I've been friends with them for 25 years, the same girls. I'm only friends with like 5 of them now because of learning that you can't confide. Like
everybody.
I had one of my girlfriends, she actually broke my heart because I love my friends. And she was like, we just don't, she's like, Nat, listen, I love you to death, but like I'm married and I have kids and we're living 2 different lives. And I was like, oh, are you breaking up with me? Like,
wow.
Like you then like telling me like we can't be friends because, you know, the life that you live and maybe I'm a bad influence. Is that what you're trying to say? Or, you know, and it kind of like fucked me up. And then after she kind of spoke her piece, I never felt the same way, and I just stopped fucking with her because I felt like she was a hater on the low. For me, I could never say something, no matter the highs, the lows, you at the bottom, I'm gonna love you regardless.
Right.
I'm gonna be your friend.
I'm gonna be there for you.
It just made me feel like we no longer on an eye level. The things I told her and a few other people, they used against me because I was forgiving. But come to find out, after a period of time, who got divorced, then shit went south for this one. I would always be there for them regardless, but they're the same motherfuckers that judge me and look at the shit you went through. Like, that's why you always gotta be careful about the things. I'm not saying you should be held accountable for everything you say, but the people that tend to judge the most and talk are the ones that are always doing shit extra.
Right. The same ones that'll tell you, oh, your man ain't shit, da-da-da-da-da. They'll fuck your man.
Right, or they haven't been faced with the situations that you were faced with at the time, and then when they go through it, it's like they go through maybe like 10 times worse, and go and do some dumb shit, and you're like, damn, weren't you the bitch that was giving me this whole fucking like, you know,
this whole spiel about how what I was doing wasn't the right thing, but now look at you
like
doing
who the fuck are you?
Thing.
I don't know. I just don't judge nobody. I'm really not a judgmental person, and for me, it was just like, I have my 5 solid friends. It's all I need, and I learned less is more with bitches. I did.
That's right. True. No, and I just feel like you should only tell when you're in a relationship. You should just tell the things that you don't care about everybody knowing, even if you don't, even if you're not telling everybody, but just in case.
You know what happens? Women are emotional. We're very emotional people. Not all of us, but some of us, and we get heated and we get upset, and in the moment we lose track of what takes precedence, and then that gets used against us down the road, and it just all around is hurtful. But you know, most of the time you venting is when you're fucking upset or like you need a shoulder to cry on. And then when somebody goes and uses that against you, like, you know, they don't say anything, or they're like, oh, you're going to take them back again or whatever. Right. I just feel like a friend should be there regardless, even if they don't approve of it.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of my friends confide in me all the time, though.
I feel the same way.
Yeah, because I'm not a very judgmental person. The only time I really had to make my friend break up with somebody was he did something really crazy. I actually had to take her to the police station and make her get a restraining order because they had kids together and he was abusive. She wasn't going to leave him alone, so it was hard. Like, I don't ever want to tell her what to do because I don't want her to not tell me stuff. So I never want to be like, okay, you know, you stupid, you doing this, you doing that, because I don't want you to feel like, damn, I can't even tell Angela because I don't want her to judge my situation. But he sent naked pictures of her to her boss, to her parents, her brother.
I've been there. That's terrible. I actually had an ex-boyfriend that threatened me, and he sent a naked picture of me out to everybody on his phone.
Whoa.
Yeah, it got around to the whole South Philly. It was on the internet. I had to have a lawyer, pay for a lawyer to take it down. But I look good as fuck in the picture.
Yeah, because you wouldn't send it out if you didn't. But that's a horrifying feeling.
It was upsetting in the beginning, but everybody like, real recognized real, and that's a scumbag fucking move. So everybody was like, damn, dude, you've been with this girl, she was good to you, you had a falling out with her, and this is the type of shit you do.
It made him look crazy because he looks crazy because who does that? Number one, of course, we expect your man to have naked pictures of you.
Right.
I mean, that's nothing crazy about that.
Right.
And it wasn't like I had no shit hanging out of me like a dildo or nothing like that. It was like, I was like, thank the Lord. But it definitely
because some of those exist.
It was challenging. It was another hurdle to have to get over in life, and I got through it. So, you know.
And I told her, I said, listen, y'all have kids together. He's threatening you. He's doing this. He sent it to your boss.
I think it gets to that level, though. Somebody like you, like a friend, needs to get involved for sure.
I was like, I'm coming with you and I'm taking you. She was so stressed out. Her nails were all messed up. She was peeling back her nails because she was so stressed out. But sometimes you do got to step in, you know, for your friends in a loving way as possible. And,
it's not good to be a hater or to be judgmental. If you call yourself a friend.
I hate being that single friend that tells her girlfriends like, girl, you need to leave him.
Right. People will leave somebody when they're ready to do it.
Right.
Yeah, you have to be ready.
When you're ready. Because sometimes, I think as women, we know we want to leave somebody and we're going to do it eventually. But it takes some time to get to that point.
Like, let me go through some more shit, and then eventually I'll get tired of it.
Right.
My girl's always venting to me, and I always start with a disclaimer. Like, you know, I'm single. So, you know, my advice might not be the best one. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to be living lonely like me? And they'd be like, well, your life is great. And I'd be like, I'm just saying, I'm single.
Well, nothing like new dick to get over that old dick sometimes too, you know.
No, I agree. Please remember how stressed out I was in my last relationship. When my last relationship was over, I didn't have sex for 6 weeks.
And then once you did,
But once I did, I was like, what relationship? Who y'all
I got
talking
somebody
about?
to text and talk to and go out with. But the
I got a
worst
new
is
dick in my
when you
mouth,
try to get over
forget
that
it.
old dick with new dick, and it was a waste of time too.
If
When
the
that new
old
dick
dick
is
was-
like,
yeah, the new dick
what
is
a
no
waste
good.
of time.
That's the fuck that you wish you could take back.
And it
Like,
make you miss your ex.
I wish I
Yeah,
could
there's
just snatch
nothing
my
worse
pussy back from
than
that nigga.
than having like the new dick be bad. The new sex is just bad. And it makes you think about your ex, how great he was in bed. But I didn't go through that.
Good for you. Good for you, friend.
Fortunately, that never happened to me.
That never happened to me lately.
Now, Natalie,
Dick amnesia.
is there anything a guy ever asked you to do and you had to tell them, nah, I'm not doing that?
Like in bed.
Yeah, actually, someone I was with was really pressuring me to have a threesome with a guy, and I was like, "Are you insane?"
With a guy?
Yeah, it got weird.
What
It
man
was
wants
no,
that?
it was. I swear to God, I can't even make it up. I'm dead serious. Like a whole bunch of shit came along with it. Like my mother and my sister found me on Craigslist with like my head chopped off and like a lingerie outfit that I was in a magazine, and he was promoting me like, you know, my bitch is exotic. She wants a guy that matches her, dark hair. Gave a whole fucking ad. Okay, and was like, when I found it, my mom was like, you know that it's him, right? When you get on the phone with him, and all of a sudden the ad disappears. And sure enough, as soon as I got on the phone with him, that shit was taken off of Craigslist. And I knew it was him. I was devastated. I was like, are you kidding me? Because it was quite identical and coincidental to what he was saying to me.
Right.
What he was in the ad anyway.
That's
and I was like,
crazy.
yo, you know why you want to have a fucking threesome with a dude, because you want to fucking run to the back and fuck this dude, or maybe get a dick sucked from him, and you gay. And it definitely, I feel, because I would be riding him and he'd be like, he'd be like,
Put your finger in my ass.
no, he would be like, show me how you would ride another dick. Show me how you would suck another dick. And he would do the gesture while I would be on top of him.
He
And
would
I be
act like he was sucking a dick?
yeah, he would
Oh,
like show
no.
me, and I would be like, this is a dude that like was so manly, and like his sex was like the best. It was so great, and I was like, I just couldn't believe it. Like I think I was like super. I think for people around, when I get around people, they could be themselves, and I just felt like he got so comfortable that something extra came out of it.
Right. He's like, let's fuck a
And-
man together.
And I was like, wait, I was like, is this a joke? Because like, that's not a threesome, that's a train. I was like, you want to ride a train? Like you want to? I was like, first of all, I could barely take one dick. I was like, you wanted me to take 2 dicks? Like it was just.
He
too
wanted to
much.
take a dick.
Right.
Did he ever
wanted y'all to
ask you
share
to
a
like
dick.
eat his asshole or nothing like that? Or
Fingers in his
stick a
booty?
He's
finger-
never asked me, but I think he would be about it. Like, you know, I mean, it was very surprising. It was so surprising because it was just like, we were really sexual. We had a lot of sex. So I just think that it was like another notch, something else. And when I was like,
The sex was a gateway drug.
are you insane? Like, you need fucking help, you know? Needless to say, we kind of broke up over that.
But if he said a threesome with
you
another,
better have.
if he said a threesome with
Needless to
another
say,
woman,
we kind of broke up.
Yeah.
You think?
a threesome with a
mom-
woman though, you'd have been okay with that.
I don't know. I've been there, done that. I've had a threesome with a girl
Right.
before. It was all right. I mean, nothing, you know.
Right.
I just wouldn't let my man put his penis in another girl. Like, you know, she could hook him up and he could do the same. But I just feel like, you know, there has to be rules and they got to be mine. And I laid down the.
That is definitely the rules to a threesome for all the guys out there. If you want to have a threesome with your woman, she has to make all the rules. So whatever she's not comfortable with, you cannot do. She has to pick the woman also. That's one of the rules. You have to pick who
I mean,
it is.
if I'm going to go with a girl, she has to be bad, like exotic. You know, but for the most part, I'm not really into that. It's just something that happened.
Right.
I wouldn't be like, oh, for my next relationship, threesomes are fucking. It has to be threesomes all in the relationship. Otherwise, you know, it has to be relationship material. Like, you know what I'm saying? Threesome material. Nah, that wouldn't be.
Now, have you ever dated somebody who said racist things?
Oh, for sure.
You like, absolutely.
Absolutely. I have a lot of black friends, a lot of Spanish friends. And a few times dating Italian guys that absolutely have a problem with that. Absolutely.
And would you check them on it or you?
Oh, battle. Yes. Like, fuck a check. Like, it would be like, oh my God. Yeah. Like, we would go heavy at it. Because my best friend she's black and Italian. My godchildren are mixed. And I don't see color. And growing up, I was like the Italian girl with 2 black girlfriends. So for me, I always watched them go through terrible things growing up, like have to sit on the step, not be allowed in people's houses, watch them cry, me cry. We were little girls. Like, how could you do that? Predominantly, the fathers would always give them problems. So for me, race is a horrible thing when I had to go through that or be called like certain names, like why you want to hang out with, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it would be absolute. I would not tolerate that shit. To the day, I don't tolerate that shit.
I was dating an Italian guy, and he used to make like black side remarks, and I had to like, give him the whole conversation and teach him like, you're Italian, I'm a Puerto Rican, there's a lot, I'm black. So like, get it together. I'm part African. I'm part Spanish. I'm part Taino Indian. Like, you can't make these comments just because my skin is olive. Just because my skin is light. You're talking about my own people in my face. Mm-hmm. So I had to like drop the whole conscious lecture on him. Like, teach him about himself. Teach him about me.
This girl I know dated this Polish guy. She was black and he was Polish, and he would make her pretend to be a slave in the bedroom.
What?
But she did it.
Hell, fuck ass.
She's crazy.
And I have another friend who dated a white guy, and she told me that
That's so. You have to think
he
about
wanted
how
to do the
beneath-
same thing.
That's so belittling.
That's gross.
Like,
I would never.
I don't even know how somebody
It's
can
hard enough
ask you
being
that.
women in this world.
never.
Fuck that shit. I would kick him in his face. He died at that moment.
Natalie, are you enjoying being single now?
Yeah, it's the first time in my life. I've been in a relationship since I was 14.
Mm-hmm.
So I like it. I wake up every day with no drama. I'm chill and I'm cool. Like, I don't need a man. Like, if anything, I want a man, but I'm all right. I'm good on my own too right now, and whatever happens, happens. But I had enough love for a lifetime. I'm good. Like, if I don't have kids, I don't get married again. I want that. I want that for myself.
But you're not going to settle.
I'm not. But I'm all right if it don't happen either. Like,
Right.
I live that life. I'm cool.
Yeah, because I hate when people be like, oh, you're single, you can't find a man. It's not that you can't find a man.
I choose to be single.
Right.
I mean, I could date and find a man. I just want to make sure that I'm fucking aiming high and, not settling for some bum-ass dude.
Mm-hmm.
So there's
Like,
plenty of them out there.
I'm a
plenty of them in
rebound.
Philly.
Like, I'm a rebound all-star. Like, usually I jump from
All-star.
relationship to relationship.
too.
This time, like I have great guys that want to be
Been
in
doing that my
serious
whole life.
relationships with me, and I'm just not sure. I don't want to settle. I know what I want, and I'm gonna wait till I get that.
Sometimes it's really good, though. I'm really noticing, like, to really figure out who you are.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying you need to be alone, because who the fuck wants to be alone? It sounds good. But
Yeah, because I feel like I'm single, but I'm not very lonely.
right. I'm single. I just feel like sometimes it's good to figure out who you are, the choices and decisions you want to make on your own. And in due time, you'll figure it out.
Sometimes I feel like you got to clear your slate to allow somebody good
For
to come into
sure.
your life also.
Yeah.
Because, we have all these people that clutter our lives, and it's a waste of time. It's not somebody that you want to be with. And you're really blocking something great from happening.
Right.
And
I
that's
mean,
how
you could
much-
have anybody to waste your time or
Mhm.
just burn time, but imagine finding somebody that's on your level that's worth giving your time to. You know what I'm saying? Like, even on a friendship type understanding thing, So
All right. Well, we appreciate you so much for coming through and kicking it with
thank
us. We learned a
you.
lot about you.
I love the show. I think it's dope.
Oh,
Good stuff.
thanks.
Nobody has ever asked me to have a threesome. Nobody's ever asked you to have a threesome with another man, have they?
Hell,
Yes.
fuck
No.
ass no.
How fuck ass no.
No to the no.
But
No.
But nobody ever asked you to put a finger in the ass. Yes. Yes.
Come
yes.
on.
I never had somebody ask me.
Yes to the yes.
But you've done it. Because
Yeah.
guys apparently really like that.
I'm not into that. No, I'm not sticking fingers in no dude's ass. My girlfriend, she was telling me about this glove situation. She was like, this dude was adamant about getting fucked in his ass. She was like, you have a glove? His mom happened to be a nurse. All this weird shit.
He happened
She
to have a
wound up
glove.
shopping on a latex glove and fucking this dude in the ass. I was like, what? Wow.
I mean, I don't mind putting fingers in a guy's ass. I think it's fun.
I think it's fun too. It's fun. I think it's fun.
no, I
do.
think it's so gross. I don't
think it's
know. I'm not about it.
It's
No.
fun
I just be so
because they're
amazed
so
that they like-
vulnerable
that
at
they
that
like-
time.
I'll be amazed at the fact that they like it. Like, I'll be amazed at the fact that they're letting me do it, and then I'll be amazed at the fact that how much they like it.
Exactly.
Like, oh my
And so
God.
so you just
But
like it because
there's-
you like, I
I feel
can't
like
believe
there's
I'm
a
doing this.
And then you got something to hold over their head. Like, nigga, I wish you would.
No, and nah, but
Give it
and
to
then
you
there's
and be
a
like,
level.
smell my finger.
And then there's levels. There's levels to fingers in the ass. It's like one finger, okay. 2 fingers.
You a butt bandit.
I'm gonna talk about you to my friend. I'm gonna be calling stuff
I'll be like,
yo.
You're not going to tell your
Jay.
friends that, though.
Nah,
You're not going to tell your friends.
No, I'm not going to tell my
You
friends.
might
Wink.
have something.
It's
I
our
don't know why
little
you guys are
secret.
laughing. I would never tell any of my friends that.
If a guy eats your ass, can he kiss you after?
Yeah, my ass is squeaky
Yeah,
clean.
I'm good.
Yep.
You said
I
yeah.
taste sweet. I'm great.
Yeah.
I ain't fucking stinky. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make sure I'm on point. So.
Honestly, I like
can't
when a
imagine.
guy is eating my pussy and he comes up
And
to
kiss
kiss me.
me.
So
Pussy
I
is
can
different
see
than
what
your
the
ass,
flavor
though. Pussy is
is.
different than
You
your ass.
licking it. Oh, I like to lick
I
it
like
off his
it.
chin.
You could get bacteria or
I like
something.
my flavor. You know what I'm saying?
Bacteria.
Because you can't have anal sex and then have vaginal
can't,
sex
no.
after that. Because you could get an infection.
Yeah, you bringing all of the
Unless you
germs.
switch the condom.
Right. Just putting it out there for all of you out there.
Just so, because I use condoms.
And if you're not using a condom, wash your dick before you go from the back
Exactly.
door to the front door.
Absolutely.
Okay, leave the package in the back.
Leave the package in the bag.
Guess what? The ladies of the LSN Network are working on something new. That's me, Angela Yee.
And Tatiana King-Jones. And this is Fran of Hey Fran Hey.
Each week, the ladies of the Loudspeakers Network will share tips and insights on how to get the most out of life when it comes to work, friendship, health, and love. But right now, you can get a sneak peek here on Lip Service. Enjoy, and make sure you use the hashtag LiveColorful to join in on the conversation on Twitter. That's hashtag LiveColorful with an extra L at the end. We did this interview. This is how I got the job permanently out of just auditioning. I was there for like a month, no money, basically on a probationary period, just auditioning. And we interviewed Jay-Z.
Oh my goodness.
Wow, that's
About probation.
right.
And so I'm walking in and I go in the bathroom and he's coming out of the men's bathroom. It's right across from the women's bathroom. He's like, "What you doing up here?" And I said, "I'm about to interview you." He said, "Hey, don't this up."
Oh no.
I was like, "Oh my God." So we go in there and it was when he just became president of Def Jam. So it was him, it was
Wow.
Memphis Bleak, it was Young Chris. So they were all in there and it was
All
me
the
and Cypher
pressure.
Sounds, a lot of pressure.
You know.
If you hear this, the interview was so funny that people put it on mixtapes. Like Clinton Sparks put it on his mixtape because I was kind of nervous. My voice was cracking when I was asking stuff. And he was with Beyonce. And this was before.
stop it.
This was before.
No.
Yeah, this is like a disaster.
Oh.
So this is before they were married and when they weren't really like talking about their relationship.
Right, out in the open.
So she went in the green room. So I was like trying to ask questions. I was like, "So you think you and Beyonce ever gonna get married?" He was like, "What'd you say?" He said, "I should throw my BlackBerry at you." But it was a really funny, like even now if I go back and listen to it, it's a really funny interview. Like he gave us, he was there for over an hour. It was a good time. Like everybody was laughing, making jokes. I was talking about how he used to dress. I was like, "Oh, you used to wear Durango boots." And
Oh,
stop it.
No.
Not the Durangos.
No. I definitely had a pair. Fashion
He
killer.
definitely did too.
That is too funny.
But yeah, and that's, we walked out of that interview and they're like, "Oh, you're hired."
Oh, that's so
That's
dope.
what's up.
And so that's what it took. All right, well, thank you so much. Again, that is Lip Service. I'm Angela Yee.
I'm Stephanie Santiago.
I'm Gigi Maguire.
And I'm Nat D.
Hey, Nat girl.
We would like to thank this week's sponsor, Adam and Eve, for showing support to the Lip Service podcast with over 10 million satisfied customers. That's a lot of people having
That's a lot
sexual
of fucking.
fun.
I'm one of those
It is.
customers. I'm an Adam and Eve customer.
Here we go. All of us are. Hey, Adam and Eve is most trusted and reliable adult goods store for over 40 years. I trust them. The selection of products is vast and includes a wide variety of the latest and the biggest brands, and I mean huge, with an incredible range of shapes, sizes, and colors. Sometimes I want a curve. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I want it small. Sometimes I want... Never mind.
They've got products for everyone, whether you're straight, gay, male, female, or anywhere in between. Adam and Eve have the adult toys and film you desire. Go to adamandeve.com for a limited time and you can get 50% off just about any item.
50% off. Say no more.
When you select your item at 50% off, you'll also receive 3 free adult DVDs and a mystery gift with your purchase.
Surprise, surprise.
Adam and Eve respects your privacy and uses complete discretion when delivering your products with inconspicuous and anonymous packaging.
So don't worry about that huge dildo showing up in a clear box.
And don't forget that Adam and Eve throws in free shipping on your entire order. Head to adamandeve.com and use code LIPS at checkout. Head